everyone, Dave here. Welcome to our first Baldur's Gate 3 video. You already checked the thumbnail and you know what we're trying today. So I purchased Baldur's Gate when it first came out. I think I even got the early access version and I never got time to play it. Like I played probably less than an hour of the game and then I just completely forgot about it with life and work and everything. If you're a regular to the channel, you know that my main focus is Raid Shadow Legends. I want to enjoy playing Baldur's Gate 3 with you, with as few spoilers as possible. I did a bit of research, but I didn't want to do too much, not to spoil the adventure for me. And I advise you to do the same. So let's jump right into it. And yeah, this first session will probably be like the character build and jumping into Act 1. And then we'll see where it will take us from there. I'll talk you through, probably in the parts that I will keep in the video, my choices and why I made them and what I advise you to do if you're starting the same journey in Baldur's Gate 3. So let's just jump right into it. As I was saying, I want to start a new game with you. Let's do a balanced run. I'll edit out the cutscenes and all of that stuff to avoid spoilers, but also to let you enjoy it yourselves when you play the game. The first step, of course, is building your character. What I would advise is that there is lots of guides out there for multi-class, single class, all of that stuff. Research it just a little bit so that you'll build a character that's good, that you will enjoy playing without holding you back because you built it wrong. But also just go wild with what you want to do. This is your adventure. So you can choose one of the pre-built like characters in the game, or you can choose your custom one. So I'm building a custom one. I'm Wizard D, as you've seen in the channel info. So I want to play as a mage. There are 3 mage classes in Baldur's Gate 3. We have wizards, sorcerers, and warlocks. I've chosen to be a sorcerer because I like charisma, I like persuasion and conversation. Let's build our sorcerer and see how this will go. If you don't prefer a certain race because of its appearance, because you just want to play it, it's good to check which races will give you benefits in your like stats and stuff. So let's check what we ended up with. So custom character, I've chosen half elf because it's useful for my sorcerer. And then I've chosen, I want to build a fire sorcerer, so that's why I chose those cantrips. I have no idea whether they are the best ones or not. So yeah, we're just exploring and enjoying the adventure. Subclass, I've chosen Draconic Bloodline. It will give me a little bit of toughness. And yeah, background, Guild Artisan, they say it's good, so why not? And then abilities, that's what I've ended up with. If you want to take, yeah, it's visible on the screen if you want to take a screenshot. Basically, you want your charisma to be the highest, and then constitution to give yourself a little bit of health. And then dexterity is not bad. Let's now edit the appearance and figure out what we'll end up with. So appearance wise, that's what we ended up with. That will be our sorcerer. And we chose our guardian. Now let's start playing. This is not the game that you want to just proceed all the way to the end and ignore everything. Side quests are important. Explore. Don't leave a certain scene or place till you explore everything in it. That would be more fun. Well, if you want to dash through, of course, that's your thing. Whenever there is a dice roll, of course, sometimes you don't know beforehand. Save as much as you can. Like I didn't save before this point. The class difficulty is 10, so that's a little bit high for me. If you don't get a good dice roll, you can always like restore from the save. But yeah, we might not pass this one. We barely made it. Good stuff, but yeah, save as much as you can so you can repeat those dice rolls if you need to. We're getting lucky. As you can see, I had to disconnect for a few days for work and life and other stuff, and now I'm getting back into this. So yeah, and usually that's how you'll play the game as well. So a couple of things that I wanted to show you in that first play session. Basically, the first part of the game with no spoilers is where you'll get dropped on that spaceship and you're trying to get out of it. So there's a couple of important tips, and that would be probably the spoiler part. And I couldn't record like on OBS and play at the same time, so I wanted to record the play first and then talk through it with you, because this is the first part that will require you to focus on a couple of things. So let's go through the recording and I'll just point out what I want to highlight in that specific part. So I'm a complete newbie. I've never played a D&D based game or Baldur's Gate 3. I want to enjoy the adventure there. As you see, like most regular player, like you can play on tactician or higher, the most difficult level there, but like most people will play on balanced. I tried balanced, but at least maybe I'll switch back to balanced in a bit. But the thing is that I'm a complete newbie here. I needed to drop to like the easier difficulty, the easiest, because the thing is that initial fight, so you'll have a fight at the beginning, as I'm saying, a bit of spoiler there. Yeah, let me pause that for a sec. So you need to beat that fight to get a good weapon that you're going to use later on. Because your level is not high enough yet, you're just starting the game, then you can change the difficulty at any time. So I dropped the difficulty for this. Maybe I'll bring it back up in the next section, but let's see how we are going to do this. The main tip here is that, so before going into that fight, and there is an auto save just before it, make sure that all of your party, well, the three that you'll have at this point, so basically like your character and then Lizelle and Shadowheart, you want each one of them to have proper weapons and everything, and then you'll just get into the fight. Because what we need from the fight, let me just progress this. So this is the cutscene. So basically what you'll see here is that the Mind Flayer is fighting with that Commander Zolk, probably is the name. Yeah. Things you want to do out of this fight. There is lots of video telling you that you can do different stuff there. Commander Zol got a strong weapon that you'll need. Probably Lizelle would be the best one carrying it, unless your character is a fighter as well. And the Mind Flayer got some artifacts that we can get from him. So you want to kill them both if you can, which is not easy. So there is a specific trick for this. Also, there is like a couple of other cambions, like basically companions for Commander Zolk that can join the fight. If you're crazy good and you'll save 100 times, you can beat them too to get the artifacts from them. For me, what I wanted to focus on, not to make it too difficult or spend like 2 weeks saving and trying, just want to beat like the lower level like creatures here, and then Commander Zolk to get the weapon there, and then just head off the ship for Act 1 to get into Act 1 basically. The main trick here, if you haven't seen any other videos, is that first thing is that let the Mind Flayer do most of the work for you. So let him get the health for Commander Zolk really low before you do that trick. And I'll tell you what the trick is right now. Probably we'll see it in a sec. Did we already see it actually here in a bit? Yeah. So you see here on the map, while you're heading in there in the scene, you have those exploding barrels. So you have one on the right and two on the left hand side. You want to pick all three, because the trick that we're going to be doing is that we'll place them very close to the fighters, then just hit them with a firebolt so they explode and they kill both opponents, so you can pick the stuff and head off the ship. So that's the main trick here. Also, because if you let them fight for too long, Commander Zolkin is going to kill the Mind Flayer, and then it would be very hard to kill him because he's going to be moving. So what I wanted to do is that basically you want someone from your party, in my case I just used Shadowheart, to pick the barrel on the right, because there is like limited range of movement and stuff. And then your main character here can go to the left hand side and pick these two. Try to do this. Keep saving when you get like good movement and messes from the lower creatures and stuff. You see here, so I wanted to get Shadowheart to this position just close to the fight and drop the barrel here. Then she needs One of the things that you need to do also after you place the barrels is get as far away as possible, because when they explode they do damage and they can kill your characters as well. So Lizelle is just trying to do some damage to Commander Zolk here. Commander Zolk got like a big health bar. When the barrels explode, they'll only do around 30 damage to him. So you want him to be that low. That's why while I'm like going through this and dropping the barrels, I'm trying to do a couple of hits. You see here, like if it's a miss, you might need to load from saves. You'll need to save anyways. So what you want to do, you want to get him as low as 30 before you explode the barrel, so the barrels will actually kill him. If the barrels didn't kill him, yeah, if he just got a few like points of health left, you can deal with it yourself. But the thing is that the Cambions are going to be joining him, and I found it too hard to kill him with the Cambions because they have high health bars as well. So as you see here, so I got here with my main character, I dropped the barrels. Then our task is to get as far away from the battle as possible. And I think this might be the run. Probably not if I'm seeing the video bar. Let me just progress a little bit. Yeah, no, it took me a few tries even on the easiest difficulty. Maybe we'll get better on our second run, because this is a game that probably you'll do a few runs through with different characters. I might even want to try one of like those out of the gate characters, not the custom built ones. So you see here I landed a critical hit on him, which is good because that will decrease his health bar even lower. For that, that's probably is the right run, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, yes, you see here I hit the barrels, they are both down. That's exactly what I wanted. Then you want to hit back really quickly before the Cambions join the fight. They were too tough for me. So what I wanted to do basically is pick up the weapon from Commander Zolk, and also like whatever the Mind Flayer dropped. There is nothing as too many saves. Once you pick up your bounty, just hit back quickly to the console and just connect the console so the ship can land, and that's the end of this scene. And then as you can see behind me, this is my sorcerer, my character. He just landed, he just fell from the ship, and that's the beginning of Act 1. A few things that you need to pay attention to while you are on the ship. If you can, with loads and saves and all of that, like if you can kill everyone and get what they have, what they carry, that's going to be awesome. But for me, even on the easiest difficulty, I'm still starting this and exploring it with you. Kill Commander Zolk and the Mind Flayer. It's doable. It's doable with a few loads. And then just get what they have, connect the console and get off the ship. Another important thing is that you'll have to use the barrels. You've seen me do it, and that's what all the videos are saying as well. You'll have to keep Shadowheart alive. How am I playing this for that initial run that we're exploring? My characters, the sorcerer, with Lizelle and Shadowheart, both alive and landed there. And then in our next episode, in our next session, we're going to explore Act 1. If you have any comments about how you want us to run this series, how you want us to play the game, please put them in the comments below, and I'll make sure that whatever is applicable that I will do for you. I'll see you next time. Till then, keep playing.